you are 6 times the average in the industry. We've got the awards going out at the moment, the Agent Rainmaker Awards. And as you know, one of them is 50% profitability. Now, we have been on a mission for the last 3 years to help people get to 50%. In fact, I don't know if you remember, Martin and Heather, we actually had a mission 5021 to get to 50% by 2021. That was the goal, to get letting agents in the Agent Rainmaker community to 50% by 2021. That was the goal. And I must admit, I'll be honest with you now, when I did it, I thought, I don't know if we can do this, but we're going to try. And they've done it. But not only 50%, they've actually done 61.67%. Is that right?
That's the one.
Yeah.
61.6, the 0.07 is very important. So 61.7% profitability in their business. Let's give them a round of applause. Like, yeah, amazing. How on earth have you done that? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to hear from you. How have you achieved that? Now, 16 years in agency to get now to well over 50% profitability, and also to have just had your best month yet. My God, what have you done? What have you been doing? Tell us more.
No, well, I think a lot of it was coming on that initial Agent Rainmaker meeting that we very first met you on, of the tenant fee ban. We came along to that and realised that we were doing a huge amount for free. We even say that in the office still now, nothing's for free, Sally says. So we haven't forgotten that one. And doing increase that we, had to increase all our fees for all our landlords. That made a huge impact to sort of remove the worry of the tenant fee ban completely.
That was a few years ago. When was that? Was that 16 or 17? What year was that when you first came? Can you remember?
No, we've had two.
I was trying to think when it was.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how long ago that was that we came on that, but
4 years ago, wasn't it?
3 years, I would say. Yeah. So, and we've implemented a lot of new systems and changes, and sort of looked at all our staffing and cut costs to sort of the bare bones, really. I do laugh that, we are that profitable because I'm extremely tight. If ever I'm asked,
what's that invoice for this morning? Oh God.
I bet Martin gets told off a lot.
You send me those invoices, what we spend that on.
Yeah, I do look at all the expenditure all the time. But we cut, we used to spend a lot of money on Rightmove, all added extras and the microsite and everything. We cut all of that right back. So we do look at everything that goes out. We don't spend loads of money on glossy brochures and flash advertising. The majority of our business comes in from recommendation.
And social media.
And social media. Yeah, that was the other thing from coming along to Rainmaker, was the social media, which we did not have at all.
Yeah, and you'd be amazed as well. Obviously you can see I post every day, and actually telling the story about what you're doing, not using all those corporate words that we used to use, and actually people want to see people moving and being happy and, people's situations. So we do a lot of that and we get a lot of business from that.
We didn't even know what a boosted post was or how to do that, did we? So that was a massive bonus, learning how to do all of that through you guys. So we do have Instagram and Facebook now that we're on. So every day now we post.
And you've got a lovely presence as well. I mean, it is really interesting when I see all your, I don't know if I see all of it, but I see most of it stuff. I shouldn't see all of it because I'm not in your area, but I see most of it.
Yeah.
And I certainly see, and Martin's going around inspecting houses at the moment with their branch manager and Heather on the horses. And it's nice. It's what you want from social media. It's pleasurable. It's interesting. It's not in your face.
We've always posted birthdays and we like cake, and so people do actually get to know us before they even met us, which is half the battle, really.
I think that was the big thing, is having a bit of everything. We don't just want to bore people with properties all the time on Instagram, so we try and mix it up and have a bit of personal stuff in there. So that people do feel as though they know. It's a bit like when we very first met you. You obviously didn't know us at all, but we kind of felt like we knew you a bit because we'd seen you on all the different things that came through. So yeah, that has made a huge impact. In fact, it made such a difference. We were like, this Facebook thing is actually working. It's really made a difference to our business. So that has been a huge change.
Quite often I'll get a call and they'll say, can you come and look at my house so we know all about you?
Yeah.
They know when your birthday is, and and it's actually quite nice, really. So it makes it much more personal. I mean, you're not finding you're going into a property up against lots of agents. They just want to see you because they've been following you. They'll quite often follow you and then decide in 3 or 4 months' time they want to use you.
Yeah.
So 3 things you've shared that have got you to that 61.6%. I have to make sure I get it right, as Martin tells me off. The 3 things that you've said so far that you've done. So first of all, you stopped doing this stuff for free.
Yes.
The next thing you and you've done that across the board, and it's like a mantra, isn't it? No, nothing's for free. It's got to be charged.
Well, I was so shocked, when I sat in that chair, I literally slid down my chair when you were kind of reeling off.
I can remember you sliding down the chair.
I was like, oh goodness, this is a nightmare. And you've even done one this morning. A landlord wanted, some carpets fitted, nothing else. 450 plus VAT. Just need to make a call. We don't do anything for free.
Yeah, that was a good thing when we sort of first came back and we were like, oh, we should be charging for refurbs, and we were just doing all of that as part of the job. So we sort of put in a refurb fee. I mean, it was 250.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
And we were like, oh, well, they've actually paid it. That's amazing.
Yeah, and so it's gradually gone up and up and up as we've gone along, really. So and I love doing the refurbs. It's just nice to be paid for it.
Yeah, there's going to be some people in the group that go, well, I don't know why you're charging for that. That's what the management fee's for. What would you say to those?
Absolute rubbish. Yeah. It is just the mindset, definitely. And with the fees, all our commissions went up. We're taking on more properties now than we did before. And we're charging at least 2% more. Setup fees doubled.
The one thing that we do that a lot of people don't do, and it is a bit strange as the partners of the business to do, is we do all the checkouts ourselves. And that allows us to make sure that work is done in between tenancies. You can get a refurb fee out of that if necessary. And it allows the tenant to move into a nice, really well presented property. And I think that really helps our reputation as well. And
it will be improving your property stock, which means you're maintaining higher rents than other people in the market.
Well, I found that we've tried using an inventory clerk to do the checkouts, but by the time they've gone there, you've got the report back. You've wasted 4 days. I can literally go at 12 o'clock. Within now, I've got all the contractors instructed. We're good to go, and it's all in hand, really. Yeah. And then you don't get those people moving in moaning it's not clean enough or this isn't right. So it just helps the reviews. We get some really decent reviews from it as well, which will help.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, and some people will be saying that, like, well, how do you get away with charging more when there's competitors down the road at 2%? That wouldn't work in my area because I've got loads of competitors that charge less. I bet you've got competitors that charge less in your area.
We used to think like that, to be honest. We did think that, and as when we started, we were sort of at 12-15%, and it got down to 7%. It was just ridiculous. We were doing single lets for 7%. Yeah. Because obviously we were in that mindset that actually if we don't match the competition, then we won't get the property. But that's not the case.
Have you lost instructions as a result of putting your fees up?
No.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because this logic tells you that you will, but it doesn't, and people sometimes struggle to believe that. You just got to charge what you're worth.
We do still get people try and such and such down the road, they'll do it for less. But once we have talked to them, sort of a mini rant kind of a thing that you taught us. It works all the time to keep business. You get what you pay for at the end of the day. So,
and don't be afraid to say no either. Terry had someone arguing the other day about it, and I said, just say no, thank you very much. We're after we tried everything, we're not doing it. And then the next day they emailed saying, go ahead. You've got to be brave enough to say no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that actual walking away will really solidify your stance and your opinion, and really raise their respect for you as well, because you're saying no for a reason. So that was just number one. Number two was basically you had free, was stopping doing stuff for free. Increasing your fees was number two across the board. Number three, I've got down that you talked about fine tuning the numbers. So you started to fine tune the numbers. You looked at your expenses. Obviously, you looked at the incomes with the fees. But I know from previous conversations we've had with you, but part of that was actually systemization. So let's talk about that a little bit as well, because I know you've really gone a long way down the tech side and really utilizing that to squeeze the juice out of the business, so to speak, so that you can work more efficiently, less staff or better staff, and more tech to do some of the role for you. So tell me how you've done that.
Well, we swapped over to a different software provider, and again, that was great, really coming to the event, networking. I know we chatted to Ben Churchill, Michael Mortimer about swapping over to a particular software provider. And although they are maybe 4 times more expensive than the system we had in place, it has massively improved our business. It's got integrated signable which is so much better. You know, we hardly post anything.
Well, the franking
now.
machine's gone.
Yeah, that was an expense.
You know, and I bought some stamps the other day for the first time, you know, for the odd landlord that was insist on being posted. But I mean, we don't spend anything on postage now.
No, we were only a couple of £100 a month on postage,
Yeah.
and that's gone as well now. So that's made a huge difference. You know, we were paying for a separate signable company, so that has gone. We also paid
With
for like
fixed loan, we had that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all gone. Now we've got it all on one system.
Everything's on one system, and the greatest thing was you can work from home on it. And of course, we all had to work from home. So
well, the phone thing, because obviously when the pandemic hit, you know, we had to close. Our phones were just the BT standard phones. So we were diverted into Terry's mobile, which was costing a fortune.
Yeah,
not good for Terry either.
Yeah, so we looked at the VoIP system, which probably now it's quarter of the cost that we were paying before.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that part of the system as well, or is that separate?
No, that's separate. So we've got a separate VoIP system now, which is fantastic because we can just take the phones home, plug them in at home to your internet, answer the phone as though you're at work. They don't know you're sat at your dining room table. You can transfer calls to colleagues. That has been fantastic.
Has it got call recording as well? Because a lot of them have now as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
It doesn't have call recording.
We
just don't use it. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that has been brilliant, and it's sort of prevented us from having to furlough any staff, and we just carried on pretty much working as normal throughout the entire lockdown, if we're honest.
And has it helped you to reduce staffing in any way or reduce costs or anything like that?
We lost our tenancy manager, and we thought, well, we're not sure what's going to happen. You know, we're not going to employ anybody as of yet. And because we've got the system now, you know, Martin was at home this morning doing maintenance, you know, logging jobs, you know, and actually we decided we'd wait. We decided that we were going to get them.
Well, we've just managed without that additional person, because it's a good system and it's easy to operate. We've just managed to carry on and just do it between us, really, haven't we? One of our ladies did one extra day for us a week. She was on 3 days a week, and we've just managed to integrate that role.
And it's being done more efficiently now, and we've saved a salary.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that is an amazing story. Are you guys going to be at AgeMaker Live this year?
We are.
Definitely. Yes,
would you join us on our 50% profit panel and share a few things and answer some questions? Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure, of course.
And maybe, what about if you hosted a mastermind table for us as well? Would that be okay? People could come and ask you loads of questions on the evening?
Yeah.
That'd be cool, guys. 61.67% profit margin. You heard it here first. We set a target of 50% by 2021. Martin and Heather have smashed that to oblivion and achieved a massive percentage. You know, many people thought it wasn't possible. When I set the goal 2-3 years ago, I thought, I'm not too sure whether we can do this, but I'm going to give it a try. But, you know, as an industry, do you think we could turn this industry into a 50% profitability model?
We've only got one office, so it keeps our overheads down, but we cover a huge area, you know, right out from sort of New Milton to not that.
I mean, it's a 50-mile radius really from where we cover.
Yeah, it's because most stuff is online now. You know, you probably only need to go and visit the property or the landlord once, and then everything can be done online. It's fantastic.
Well, you guys are the outliers, the visionaries, the first to achieve it, the first to do it and get it out there, and that deserves its own accolade. So well done, both of you. Absolutely phenomenal success. And I think there's going to be many more to follow over the next few years, because you know what it's like. It's like the 4-minute mile, isn't it? They said it couldn't be done, but as soon as someone did it, all of a sudden everyone started to follow. And I think now you guys have done it. I believe everyone is going to give it.
And it's just a massive mindset change, really. But once you get into it, it does. You know, it sounds the old saying, it does become very easy. It becomes easy to say, no, I'm charging. It does. We don't think about it now. We just do it automatically.
Yeah. Well, I had the Plimsoll report come through the other day. There's somebody who assesses the market and assesses the company's house submissions and the profitability and all that sort of stuff. And they've got in their report that the average profit percentage is 10%.
Wow.
So you are 6 times the average in the industry. And those are generally the large businesses that they assess. So you are way ahead. So well done. Absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to hear more from you on the panel at Agent Rainmaker Live as well. Thank you so much for sharing this with us today. Guys, are you excited? Put in the chat, are you excited? Who's going to do it? Are you going to go for 50% too? Are you going to make it a mission to turn your business into a 50% profitability model? I believe we can all do it. Once it's been done once,
yeah,
no, it can.
Yeah.
And if you can do that after 16 years, honestly, there's hope out there for everybody. So thank you so much for sharing. So final word to people watching.
Well, I think, we were down, the tenant fee ban came along. I think we were fed up. And, since we've increased our fees, we know our worth, our business is doing well. We've taken an extra day off in the week. We're having a nice life, which is what it's all about. And we love our business. We love it.
Yeah, we do still have a day off each in the week. So, can't moan at that.
Fantastic. Well done, both guys. You've been updated. Go out there and get your 62% profit margin and come and see us at Agent Maker Live and listen to Martin and Heather and how they transform their business. Thank you so much for watching.